初めて会う子たちばっかりです。
Everybody. Good to see you all. All right. So, clickers. Clickers. No more. How you been for a clicker trick? You want to continue the clicker trick? We don't use clickers anymore, so don't worry. Just we don't use clickers anymore. We don't use treats anymore. Now, okay, so again, for those that haven't understood, number one rule before in puppy and intermediate and in beginner, when they would do something, we would click, and because they would hear the click, they know that immediately they would get a reward, which is a treat, right? And then you're like, oh my gosh, but what am I going to do? Because if I don't have a treat, then my dog doesn't listen, my dog doesn't sit, my dog doesn't do anything, right? Okay, so now it's called reinverse psychology. You become the treat. So it doesn't really matter what you carry or what you have, it's what you say. That's going to matter. But the training in advance is not for your dog, because your dog knows how to sit, he knows how to lay down, and he knows how to stand, he knows how to do everything he wants to do. But does he do it when you want him to, and he chooses to do it without a treat? That's the hard part. That's why the training is for you. The training is for you because your dog won't get any more free anything from you ever again. Amen. Okay? Now, what I'm trying to say about nothing free, you're petting your dogs. Why? Why are you petting your dogs right now? Okay, but if you love your dog and then you get upset with him because you told him to come here and instead of coming to you, he went to another dog. So is he respecting that love? Thank you very much. A dog that loves obeys and honors what the owner says. Okay? So that is the number one rule. So if you want your dog to love you as much as you love them, then you have to show a little bit of tough love with yourself. Because it's hard for us to ignore our dogs, to not give affection. So what I'm trying to say is slowly but gradually I'm going to do this for you guys. You're not allowed to give your dog any kind of attention. You're not allowed to give your dog any kind of affection. You're not allowed to feed your dogs anymore. They have to earn it. It's not like, oh, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, here's your meal, eat, eat. No. It's about you sit, you lay down, you stand, you heel, you do anything I want you to do for the first 2 minutes. If you do it, then you deserve your meal. And if you don't do it, okay, start to death.
Down.
I'll feed you at night. Now, why is it that dogs take us for granted? Because we're not dogs. We're human beings. So therefore, we treat them as human beings. So we love them, we cuddle them, we buy them an extra toy because they don't have a choo-choo string and they don't have a teddy bear. And oh my gosh, the Martha Stewart fed, so they have to have it.
Let me sit down.
They don't need that.
Down.
Okay, so we are putting them to become human beings. But the reality is, if we want them to behave like human beings, we first have to think like a dog. We have to be in their mindset for them to start to understand and adapt to become a human being. My dog literally is a human being. The why? Because I have treated him 100% and I've allowed him and I respect him as a dog. Okay? So it's tough love. He's 11 years old and until today he doesn't get too much of affection, but you know what? He makes me proud. Because wherever I go, he never makes me look bad. And I can go on the planes, and I can go to the bathroom, and I can come back, and he's still there. And people are like, oh my God, you're so cute, but come over here, I want to do something. And he's like, okay, love you. Okay? And if I tell my dog something, he does it. My dog can be loose up here. Josh, I'm going through all this talking, and you come in late. Sorry.
Wow.
Okay, as I was saying, you sit here. So,